Hello everyone, welcome. In this video we'll talk about the automated quantities beyond what FDOT have and also explain what's going on in the background and how you can take quantity from your design file without actually the need of using FDOT tools. This video I will put examples for signals, ITS, lighting, and we can also put I will also put some about sign-in and payment marking. So yeah, let's do this. The first thing I want to say is as usual, because you cannot run takeoff manager while you have a file from running from project-wise. You have to export it locally so you can run takeoff manager. But you can actually design your stuff while you are running from takeoff manager and then take your file back to your local drive, run takeoff manager, run ORD in you locally from a file that's coming from locally, and then get your Excels in the calculation folder and then bring back your design file and bring back your calculation folder. To do that, you need to create an environment in your local drive that looks like what we have for your project in ProjectWise. To do that, please watch a video titled How to Run FDOT Tools with ProjectWise. I explained in it how to do that. For example, this is the project folder and this is the two DNA folders. Files that are attached to it. And the video will explain to you how to do that. But for now, let's just export the file. So I'm just gonna export this design file. And I'm gonna send it. Make sure it's going to the right place where I have it in locally. So select a folder. It's gonna give me override because I already have it saved. As you see, yes to all. Let's make sure you are not having anything creating. So yep, you see now if we open, let's close this. Since I make it open, let's just open it from here. As you see, it already brought the files that I wanted. And it will bring everything that is attached in it too. So that's good. So the other thing I want to export is symbology. I want to export this Excel. It's also in symbology here. As you see, we don't have it here because we're still working on it, but I already have it locally. This FDOT project Excel comes from DOT, so you can just ask your admin for ProjectWise to bring you that Excel. It comes with DOT install up. They just leave it here for you, and it's gonna look empty when you first get it. It's gonna be empty. It doesn't have no option 2, just option 1, and then pick list, alignment, and FPID. Here you can type your alignment. If you have multiple alignments, just type their names. When I say their names, the feature definition of that alignment. And if you have multiple alignments, just drag this. Oh, why is it not doing it? Okay, cool. You can literally just you can paste it and name it option 3 and so on and so forth if you have multiple of them. And as for your project number, if you have multiple project numbers, you can type them here. But if you have one project, like in our case, you can just type the number here. For my use, I'm just gonna leave it as 000 and then close it. And now let's just minimize ProjectWise and let's fire up OpenRoads Designer and open the signal file from the local drive. And since I'm going to do examples of signalization, ITS, lighting, and also sign and payment marking, I have to say that I know this is a design file for signalization, but you know, if you're doing it in design, you have to be design LT. If you're doing it for ITS, you have to be design ITS. If you're doing it for sign on pavement marking have to be design SP, so you already know that. But just for the example and the time, I don't want to be running, making it long. I'm just gonna do it into one file. So as you see, I clicked on browse and it will automatically take me to project-wise. Well, we don't want to do that because it's default to go to project-wise. I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to cancel this and I want it to go locally. So we're going to go locally, open. And wait for it to open. Yes, we want the right work set, which is the right one. -4, open. Okay, now it did open, so what I want to do now, since work already has been done on this file, I'm just gonna take everything out because I want to start from scratch. So let's just take everything out. Just gonna shift deattach all of them. I'm just gonna leave the alignment. And I'm gonna turn the alignment now because I want to also turn off their work. But before I do that, I just wanted to show something, which is something later on I'm gonna talk about in a video. As we all know, when we run conduits, sometimes we need slack, we need extra conduit. So whoever did this design, they used this non-plotting line and they attached the conduit to it, just so you can read it. But there are a way actually to make your main line have the extra slack in it. You see, it's the same thing here. Because they wanted extra slack instead of just this, which is a total length of 3, they added this as non-plotting and they added the quantities here. But again, there are a way of doing that. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm literally just gonna delete everything because I want to start from scratch. Okay. So first thing I wanted to point out is properties. You need your properties. I have my properties here, duct. I mean, they are easy to get. You can just go to your home and get your properties. We need them because while we are working here, we get to see them. Let me turn on the alignment. The other thing you need is this lovely tool. It's called item types. I will show you where to get it from. Let's go to toolbox. And let's go to item types. They actually have 2 of them. This one that does not have any written thing in it. And this one actually have the names in it. So I like this one better. So I'm going to put it here. And by the way, from toolbox, you can get all these tools that I have here. The snap, manipulate, modify, and measurement and all that. So what we're gonna do now is, first thing first, let's just do FDOT before I run takeoff manager. So what I'm gonna show you in this video, like I said, is gonna be the background, another way how to do quantities, because DOT already provided their way of doing it, which is using these tools. From here you can get the signals. From here you get to get some of the conduits and some of the lighting. From here you get to get a pavement marking, and from here you get the signs. And then after you use their cells will come preloaded with, let me just draw this here. Their cells gonna come preloaded with extra boxes. You see these boxes here, general, geometry, extended, raw data, are gonna come loaded with extra boxes that have actually the pay item, a quantity factor, and alignment. And that's how then you run takeoff manager, and takeoff manager will For example, think of this as a conduit. It will go read the lint and then match to the FPID, the alignment, and the quantity, the pay item number. And then it will spit to you a calculation in a quantity in the form of Excel. That is going to be in a calculation folder. So later on at the end of the video, I will show you how these two runs DOT. We have a PDF about them, we have videos about them, you can go and check them out, but I decided here to show you how to do it another way. Because from my experience, DOT, first of all, they did not have design signals back in ORD 10.8. Lighting, they didn't even do that till later on, and same for signals. So, and also sometimes they freeze. So you have the option. You either can do it the way that I'm showing you now, or you can use their tools. Their tools also have advantages, because some of them, I noticed some of the cells will come preloaded with other information that later on you can use the labeler. So it will label it for you. We'll give you just one label for the box number, like how we do it here. Let me get it. Okay. Here, like these, the item number. It's not gonna label this for you. You still have to do it manually, but it's just gonna give you the box. So that's one benefit of using their cells. Also, the lighting, you can use this tool here. When I click on it right now, it's gonna tell me 0 pole found. But if I use their tool to get the poles, it will automatically find them and create an Excel. That Excel that later on you're gonna have to fill it and create your, for lighting, create your own pole data table, which is a separate sheet. Okay. So first thing first, let's open item type manager. So, oh, before we do that, first of all, let's bring that symbology. Remember the Excel here that I told you about? You can save it in symbology. So let's bring that by going to utilities. Before I do that, if you went right now here, these are all the books we have. Later on, we're going to have a new book, which is the same title as the Excel in symbology. If I went to symbology, it's going to be the same as this. It's going to show up here. And you only need to do that once. So I'm just going to select this, click on Asset Manager. You can get it from Utilities. If you didn't find it, just click on Search ribbon and find Asset Manager. So I'm clicking on the folder. I'm going to reroute it where symbology is. And select it. And now we can add the alignment and FPID. Of course, I'm going to add both of them. Selection set. And I already have this selected. As you see here, I have it selected. So I'm just going to click on Add Asset. See, now you see asset added to one element. You see, now I see them here. This is the boxes I'm talking about. I know they're confusing. Inside here, these here are called books. And under the books, you have boxes. And the boxes will appear here in properties. So this box is here. If I open this, clicked on here, you see we're going to see the alignment. And if we have other alignments, we're going to see all of them here. And for the FPID number, you're going to see the FPID number that you have. So now I attached the alignment and FPID to this element, which it can be anything. I can go back here and change it to conduit, right? Let's do double bore. Here we go. See? Now we got a conduit. So what I need is now I just need to add the box of the pay item number, run the quantities, and we are good to go. But I'm not going to do that now. What I'm going to do is I want to also show you these tools here, attach and deattach. So I want to deattach. So I'm going to click on the X, and then you're going to fire up here. Oh, why is it hidden up top? Okay, hold on. Wow. Literally just hide it. Okay, let's open this again. This is also a trick. You see the house here? You double click on it, it will show you stuff we are hitting. I need the element selection. Double click on it and here we go. It will bring it back to you. Sometimes one of these tools will freak out to you once in a while. Just remember here, this specific area, double click on it, it will give you the Windows list of anything that is sometimes might just disappear. Here we go. So I got this now. So what I want to do is I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on detach. I can do detach all and it's going to take both of them. But I want to show you what's inside. You get to add or remove whatever you want. Because I want both of them to detach, that's okay. I'm going to take them both. Ta-da, now you see we don't have them. So the next thing I want to do is I want us to create books. How to create a book inside the pay item, the item manager. These books will be saved here inside your DGN. So I always like to create them if I want to do it this way. I already have the design here, I already have the cells. I don't want to go back and use DOT tool, or I did not use DOT tool to do the design, but then I want to add quantities. This is your way of doing it. So you go here, you click on new item. So I'm just going to call this number 1. So that's my book. And then right click on it. Let's add a new item. Now we have a box, which is what's going to appear here. So now inside this box, let's rename it and also make it number 1. You can name it anything you want. If you want to do, for example, if you want to rename this book pole boxes, it's going to be all your pole boxes. Light poles, going to make it light pole. Mast arm is going to be your mast arm. I'm just going to leave them 1, 1, and then go to this, and let's do a new property definition. 1, 2. We can also add the alignment here if we want, when I say that, because this property definition, I'm going to name them something. The first one, because I have it copied on the other screen, is going to be literally, you can write here, rename, you can write whatever you want, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste the name, which is pay item number. And then the second one, which is my favorite, it's called quantity factor. This is where a lot of people might need slack, might need one cell, but they want it to appear on the quantity as 3 or 4. That's how you do it. Quantity factor. I can also, like I said, I can add a new property and make this alignment. That's an option. You can do that. And then later on you select the alignment. But I'm not going to do that because we're going to use it from this book. So let's just delete this. So now I have this book. You can also copy it. And then go to paste. And paste it as many as you want. And I'm going to rename this to number 2. And I'm going to rename this to number 3. And then let's open them. I like to make the box is the same name as the book. Okay, so now we have them here. And then let's click on save. Save all. Let's exit it. Go back again, make sure it's still saving. Here we go, we have them. So now we get to attach them to whatever we want. So like I said, you saw this is just a line that I draw. Let's draw another line. And we can change it also to a different look of conduit. Let's do the open trench. Also, let's do a circle. Just imagine with me, of course, this is not the official, what is it called? Pull box. But I'm just drawing boxes just so I can show you that all you need, as long as this element inside the DGN have a geometry, whatever I'm going to do now is going to pick up quantities. So I have this, I'm just going to make it nice and neat. I'm going to just do it 300. So you can make it a 300 feet. And this one, let's just make this actually 200. And these babies, let's just put them here. Okay, so now let's start adding items, right? So you can select these, which is what I like to do when you finish your 2D design. First, add the common boxes. The common boxes are, they're going to be the FDOT project, right? So click on that so you can add the alignment and FPID to all of them. So now I have them all selected, and then with one click, I want all of them to follow this alignment and all of them to follow this project. I'm not going to select that now. We'll select it later and show you why. Okay, so now let's go to one by one and add our books. So clear. So let's just add book number 1 to this one. And also we can add book number 2 to this if you have a different pay item, but we can do that later. But for now, let's just add book number 1 also to this one. And as you see, we have it, and also for this one, we have it. And for these two, let's add book number 2. Okay, so now I need to get the numbers, right? So this is important, very, very much important, which is, before we do this, okay, yeah, like I was saying, before we do this, I always recommend to go to the basis of estimate in the website and just see the updates. Like for example, let me see the numbers here. So the conduits are in the 600. Okay, so let's just go to 600 here, and here's the conduits. So these conduits are usually used for signals, for lighting, and ITS, all of them. So I always recommend to pay attention here and read it, because also here will tell you these conduits where they might appear, in which forms. As you see here, signals, lightings, OTM is summary boxes. And the thing I wanted to point out are these. As you see here, 0630, do not just go type the number. Like if I went here and I just type the number, it's gonna be, without the proper spacing, it's not gonna work. You need the proper spacing. So we have 0630 and then 1 space, 2 space, number 2. And then here to 11 is 1 space. So I always recommend to do what? To actually copy the right number, or copy it as it looks. So okay, so the open trench one, I'm just gonna copy it. Let's go to our open trench, click on it, and let's add it, paste, and click on enter. And then let's go to the double bore or directional bore, copy. By the way, from here you can download the master Excel and save the Excel in your computer. It will be easier for you when you do your quantities. So now let's go back here to this one and add the pay item. As you see, I left the quantity factor empty. I will show you why later. What else do you want to add? Let's go crazy. Let's add some other numbers. Let's just try to minimize, to add this too. So for example, this conduit here, it's not just running, it's not just have like one, it have also another number, another pay item. So let's also do that. Let's run this pay item with the same conduit. So by clicking on it, since I already have box number 1, let's just go add box number 2 to this one. And to this one, well, this one we can leave it as it is. And you can add as many boxes as you want. So let's just get that number. So here they have is 633. Let's go to the here and see what's 633. Okay, it's 6331. Okay, it's a fiber optic cable. Okay, cool. You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna pick any one. So I'm gonna pick this one. Yep, and this one is gonna appear in a signalization or ITS. So I'm just gonna add it here. And click on enter. You see the floppy disk here. This means it's saved. And this one is only gonna have one pay item. So these, one of them I want to make it a pull box. I think the pull boxes are the 635, right? So let's go to 635. Yep, here we go. Pull boxes. So this pull box, let's do this one. Oh, we have the let's do this one. I like this one. Copy, and then let's go back here. So for this, I'm gonna add this number here. And for this one, yeah, because I left it like that, I should, you know, I can change it also. Let's do pull. Let's make this pull box. Let's change the level. Oh, I need to change this to a pull box. Silly me. Okay, so this one, we're gonna make it a circular pull box. I know it doesn't exist. Or wherever the cabinet is, its level, you can change that. But I'm just gonna leave both of them like that. So we have this number here for here to represent a pull box. And here, let's add some other stuff. Let's see what we have here. As you see, this cabinet is really complicated. Look how many pay items they have. They have two each of this one. And they also have something with line. Linear feet. So I'm sure those are type of wires. And also all other this equipment inside the cabinet. So I'm going to try to mimic that. So this one I'm actually going to add inside it. We have already number 2. Let's add number 1 and number 3 books here. So now we have 1, 2, and 3. So let's just try to add these. So let's add 633, 314. And I know you guys, you're gonna say, oh, it's 2 each. How are you gonna do that? I will show you how I'm gonna do that later. So let's just get this number, 633, 314. Let's go here and find it. 633, 314. Let me minimize this. 3333333. Yep, it's a hardware. Here we go. 63314. So let's get this one. Let's add it here. Click on enter. And let's add other things, right? This one, 6333. And as you see, I'm paying attention. This is each. That's mean it doesn't matter for the length. It's just gonna give you stations for it. So I clicked on this one. Again, I'm gonna add that there. Click on enter. Let's pick another item, right? Copy. This one for relocate. Okay, that will be good actually. So yeah, let's also add that here. And click enter. So all of them now, they have numbers and alignment. Numbers and alignment, but no FPID. Numbers and alignment, but no FPID. So if I select one of them and I want it to be FPID, takeoff manager gonna spit different Excels because these supposed to appear in the same Excel, but because this I picked the FPID number, is gonna give me a separate Excel for it. So pay attention to that. So let's just run now takeoff manager and see what's gonna happen. So let's do signalization or ITS because some of them they're gonna appear in both. So let's do also ITS. Where's ITS? Here we go. And then include external references. Nope, I don't want to do that. I wanted to read what's inside this file and I wanted to open the Excel. So let's just click on compute. Oh, This has got nothing. This is just from previous because I didn't close it properly. Let me just, let's let it finish the operation. My Excel is acting up. But let me show you, it's already here. Let's go. Yeah, it is open and it's taking time. Let's go where the project is. Here we go, it finished. It's taking its sweet time. Okay, let's go where the project is. See, workset, FDOT, calculations. As you see, we have them here. And it spit out to us the ones, actually, since I select both of them and they are repetition. As you see, we have the ones with the 00, which is the FPID, and one without. But they are not opening because my computer... Do you want to disable it now? Yes. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna close all of them and I will show you what I had to do. Don't worry about it, this got nothing to do with the class. This is just my computer was acting up. I had to go to Task Manager and physically kill the Excel. So let's close that again. Let's start from scratch. Let's delete them. And by the way, before I delete them, I want to point something. Every time you run it like this, it will override it. So I always recommend to add a new folder and save Excels there. Because as you see right now, I'm going to be going back and forward, back and forward, back and forward, right? So if you want to save something, also save it. And every time you're going to run this, it's going to give you a new Excel. This is why it's good and monumental to have your work properly coded per alignment, per cell, per everything. So somebody come after you will just run Takeoff Manager and get the proper Excel. But if some of them you have to manually modify them, for some reason a pay item is not showing. And also there are some of them here are not automatic. Like for example, summary of box culvert, general item, geotechnical, and you see anything that is not bolded black, it's not auto-populated. So some of them gonna be here manually. So pay attention to that. Whenever you run it, if you wanna save it, just create a new folder because it's always gonna go here and override them. Okay. So let's just take them out, delete them, and I want to run it again so you can guys see it in real time. So let's just do compute. We can do any of them because earlier, yeah, let's actually do both. Let's do signalization and ITS. Let's just do compute. First it did signalization and it did both. As you see, signalization, and we have both, one without FPID, one with FPID, and two ITS, one with FPID, and one without. So let's just see what we have here. So in the ITS, it spit this one for us because this pay item is communication with both. Even if I run right now, the lighting is also going to appear this because they both have it. So I just want you to see that, so don't save. And as you see here, it picked up all our quantities. And yeah, the ones that is actually, yeah, we can talk about that later. Let me just redo it again, but with like, so you can have just one Excel. So don't save. Do okay. Let me delete them. Let's X this. So now let's go back here. Let's make all of them actually have the same FPID. So since I selected all of them, I'm just gonna go here and make all of them the same project number. Make sure it's saved, and now let's do Takeoff Manager. So let's run it, right? Let's run signalization. And also let me run lighting too, because I want you to see that. Compute. Here we go. Now it gives us two Excels. So in the lighting, let's see what it picked up in the lighting. In the lighting, first of all, we have the same Excel. As you see, one Excel for lighting, have 000, the project number, and it picked up the quantities of the conduits and the pole boxes. That's it for lighting. But for signal, because it's mostly signals like ITS, it literally picked up everything. From my experience, I noticed both Excels, the signals NITS, they usually pick up everything. But what I want you to see is the same location for the same pay item, which is for this one. This one I loaded it with multiple books, right? I have this pay item, and this pay item. So also we have this called raw data here. You see this number here? Let me copy it. And let's go to the Excel. Let's do Control F. Let me put the number here. Let's find all. Here we go. It found it for me. And also it did it multiple times, right? It did it 3 times because I have it 3 times, as you see here. All three pay items are inside the same cell, meaning the same station, but different pay items. So now let's get to the complication part. What if somebody want to do... So let me close this. So what if somebody, for example, just imagine with me, you are drawing this, it's a 200 feet, but you want extra slack. You want extra added to your line, but you don't want to draw it because some people, what they do is, I noticed, like I said, you draw a line and you put it non-plotting and don't go add that. Well, you shouldn't do that. There are another way, which is what I added these quantity factor. So this is a 200. So if I just left 1, it will literally go and multiply 200 by 1. So if I wanted to multiply by extra 2, hold on, it's just basically 2%, right? 2%? No, hold on. 2%? Oh god, I'm an engineer and I'm bad at math. So if I wanted to add 40, I wanted to add 40 slack here. 40 feet, but I don't want it I don't want to draw it. I want to add it. So what you can do is you can do this. Just do 1.2. If I left it as just 1, it will literally just spit up the same one, the same 200. But if I want to add 40, 1.2. And it will multiply with it. This one, actually, it's 300. I want to make it actually 1.5. Which, as you know, is going to add half, which is 150 feet, to the 300. But I hope this is the right one. That is actually 630, 630. Yes. So it's 1.5. And then this pull box. Or you can imagine with me, because this is where it gets complicated, because here some people will have this number and this number, but they want one cell that have actually 2 each. So you can do that. So you can have a representation of one pull box, but you don't want it to appear in Excel as 1. I'm actually going to make it appear as 5. And then let's go to these. This one, I want it to be 3. And this one, I want it to be 6. Let's click on enter. So now let's run Takeoff Manager and see if that's going to happen or not. Okay, well, let's investigate and see which one worked, which one didn't, right? So let's start with this one. This one, what do we have here? Let's go to this element ID. Let's copy. Let's go to the Excel. So it's 5460. 5460, which is this one. So it is a 200, but I multiply by 1.2, so we added 240. Which is the same line which is coming from this station to this station. Okay, let's check another one. Let's check the pull boxes, right? What's the pull boxes number? So the pull box is 5461, the cell. So 5461. As you see, I only have one in the file, but since I multiplied it by 5, it actually gave me 5 of them. And the same thing for the other ones, right? For these. Let's investigate. Let's see those numbers. So this number 633332. So 63332. You see, I made it 6. He actually made it appear as 6. And for this one, 6333344. It's 3. Which is wonderful, right? And for this one, let's investigate. 630212. 630212. It's 450, but it's actually, see here, it's 300, so we added 150 to it. And this one, 633114, I left it as it is. It just read it as it is, which is 300. This is the power of these books. So let's just close this. So now let's do the lighting, people, right? Let's actually go to the cells. Oh, it's gonna be a long video, guys. So my computer is playing with me. Okay, so I went to the cells here. So let's just go to the file. Let's go, where are we going? Let's go to lighting. Let me get some lighting. Let me get this. Oh, existing load center. Oh, load center. We can get also load center, right? Let me just get any of these. Which one should I get? Yeah, light pole. 1. Okay, 1, so you can appear here. Yeah, multiple lights, right? What else should we get? Pull box. Oh, we can do also pull box lighting, right? We can bring it here. So now, what are we gonna get here? Let's go to signalization, right? So we are signals now. Do we have here? I wanted to do the loops because the loops also will work, but I do not have the number. But it's the same mentality that I just showed you guys. It will work with all of them. Signal pole, existing signal pole. So this a signal pole. Look how tiny it is. Are you so tiny? Let me just make it big. So let's try to add the lightings here, right? If my memory was right, so this one, this one, this one, and this one. So I selected all of them. Let's add. So I'm gonna add book number 1, and I'm gonna add the FDOT book. So, oh, but I added number 3 because I was selected. So let's just click on deattach. But I want to keep this, I want to keep this, I only want to deattach book number 3. So let's just deattach it. Okay. So FPID number, we wanted this. Alignment, we wanted to read from this alignment. And let's go find the light numbers. Okay. If I'm not wrong, they are around 700s, right? Basis of estimate. Let's go back. Are they in the 700s? I think so. We have a lot of signs here too. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Lighting, lighting, lighting. Luminaire. Yep. I used to do a lot of lighting. I enjoy lighting. Lightings are fun. What are these? This is light pole complete, furnish and install. Okay, this is special foundation. Okay. But let's try it. Doesn't matter. But as you know, guys, this is a special foundation. You have a specific spec. But let's just try it. Let's get this one. So I'm going to make all these special foundation one. So paste. And then let's do... Oh. Oopsie. Let's add that. Click on enter. So now I have it. Okay. So, and then here... Let me add the same number, right? Which was this. This is the pull boxes, right? So to this one, let's just add... Yeah, I forgot actually to add to this one too. So let's just add to both of them the FPID, the alignment, and book number 1. And of course, selected 3 again. Delete it. Okay, here we go. So to this one... So this one I want to add a pull box. Alignment. And click on enter. Okay. So what should we make this? Let's make it something got to do with lighting. Oh yeah, let's make it a load center, right? Even though the cell is not a load center, right? But it doesn't matter, as I told you, as long as the cell, you know what you're doing when you're gonna design. I'm just doing this to show you how quantities actually work. If you want to do them this way, you don't want to do them how using DOT tools. Okay, so now let's run lighting, right? Where is lighting? Here we go. Lighting item, and let's compute. Perfecto. Here we go. It picked up all of them. The open trench, which is we already have in the file. The pull box we have. As you see right now, it's 5 and 6. Why? Because remember, I still have this multiply. Let me close this. Because I still have in the design file this to be multiplied by 5, but I have this just to be 1 by itself. Right? So that's why it's appearing here, it's 1 by itself. And the load center is the only one that have it. This only cell that have it. Just by the way, in lighting, they had the element ID. I don't know why, but it's here. See the element ID? 5486. 54. Oh, did I select it? No, I didn't. That's why. Okay, let's select it. Here we go. 5486. Also, another way later on for you, if you want to QC your work, because DOT do this, by the way. This is how they QC people's quantities. X this. Don't save. Everything is good here, so I'm just going to exit. So you get that number. Just imagine you have a lot of design here. And you want a specific line, a specific cell with a specific element ID. You go here. Miscellaneous tool is under. It's hidden here. It's called select element by ID. You click on it. You tap that element, paste, and then find. And you see it's going to take you to it. And then you have to exit it. And then you see it took you to it. Because if I copied this and I have them here like this, right now, you see how easy I copied them? Which is something you can do. If you have the same lights, the same pole, you can actually click, 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 copy them. So now let's run takeoff manager. We're going to have a lot of volts, right? Because I just copied a lot of them. So let's just go to lighting. And let's compute again. As you see, we have all those. But somebody would ask, where are these? Why did it not appear? Which is, I'm surprised. Why did it not appear? So let's just see why, right? Where's our lights, right? I have a feeling because it's a special foundation. What's the number again? 715. Okay. this one. Where is it supposed to appear? Yep, summary of lighting. Summary of lighting. But they are I guess because they are going absolute. Which the one that I picked? 4835. It's not going absolute till that. Okay, let's just pick another one. Surprisingly, this one did not appear. Let's pick another one. Where are the new ones? Because I know they changed them, right? Lighting, lighting. Yes, this one. Yep, this one. Let's get one of these. Let's copy this one. So let's go to all of them. Let me add it here. Let's click on enter. Okay, now let's rerun this. Okay, yeah, let's do that again. Compute, let's rerun them. Yeah, I think it was the pay item, that's why. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Something wrong with that pay item. It's either because it's going absolute or something. I'm sure lighting people will know this better than me. But here we go, it's picking it up, you see? And you see we have 4, but if I want more, for some reason, I mean, you can copy them. Just right now, you see you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this one, I actually wanted to go factor by 2. So what we're gonna have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna have 7. So let's just do takeoff manager. And let's do lighting. And let's calculate. I mean compute. Here we go. We have 7. And as you see, this one, it read it as 2 per same location. Just use your imagination. You know now how to do it. Just use your imagination and try to use this for your benefit. Especially for ITS, when you have one place and you need a lot of things. You need slack per lint multiplied by a factor. You need the same one in the same location to appear as 2, 3, 15, whatever. Use also the factor. And also, like I said, with per one line, you can also add multiple pay items. Per one cell, you can add multiple pay items. And the same for lighting and also for sign and payment marking, which is what I really want to do too. Let's just try that too, because that's... So drawing... This is me. I know DOT would want us to use their tool. I mean, imagine these are white lines, and also these are... Sometimes we have problems with DOT tools, so now I just need to get the levels right? If I'm remembering right, it's... Give me a second. I know exactly how to do it. I have a file I can cheat from. I could go bring it. Where is it? This one. I'm going to reference it. It's going to take a while. Here we go, it did. Okay, so I got these. I just copied these because I just wanted to see the... Oh yeah, these ones. Actually, let me copy all of them, right? So I can just show you what we can, what we cannot do, right? So, copy. Let's bring them here. And also, what are we gonna copy? Do we have those? We have that. Yeah, also one of these two, right? You know what? Let's just go crazy. Let's hook the sign and payment marking people. Okay, so I got them here. What I'm gonna do is right now I'm just gonna take it out. So I want this to be the white line. What I'm gonna do is, as you see, this one already have the DOT box. You see, this is the DOT box. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna smart match this level, and then I'm gonna apply it to here. Yep, that's the one I want, which is the 12 inch. I'm gonna make also this 12 inch, and maybe let's smart match this one and force it upon this one. 24. Okay, we have a 24 line, and we have 12 white. We have actually two 12 whites. Also, let's draw another one like this, and this one, what I'm gonna make it is, I'm gonna do it as the PM stripes. So let's get the level. By the way, getting the level is just because I don't know where the level is. You can actually go here and get the levels. That's why I had to cheat from that file just to get the levels. So click on here and convert all this. I always recommend, if you're doing this, you see this one have a link to it, and this one have a link to it. If you're doing it through a project, just be tidy. Click on this, click on this, click on this. I use this tool to make a chain. So now it got chained. Now it's gonna appear in Excel as a total lint. See that? Perfecto. Also, yeah, this cell, and we can get all these arrows from the cells too, from the cell library. Where's sign in and payment marking? Oh, I already see the video is almost an hour. Okay, they are here somewhere in the sign and payment marking. You can get all the arrows and all the cells. So what I'm gonna do is right now I'm gonna use this number, copy it, but I'm gonna strip it first. When I say strip it, let's just bring it here. I will show you what I mean by strip it. Let's just delete all these now. Okay, so this one already have DOT stuff in it. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna click on this and then remove this. And also I wanted to point something. Since I had brought these here, I already added this here. They're actually DOT boxes, which is, as if you noticed, look how easy it is. This is because I add the light pole from the cell, because the file that I added earlier have also cell. Look how much they have. Because what I was doing earlier for creating the books, it's not a rocket science. I'm literally mimicking what DOT have. But here they have more information, and like I said at the beginning of the video, because they use them in a different way. For example, the light poles, if you have this box and you have to fill all of it, you can use this tool later on to spit the pole data. So let's close this. Like I said, let me just copy this. Oh, I already did. So let's, yeah. Did I already deleted it? Yep. You see? That's it. It's empty. I have nothing in it. So now I'm going to select all of them. And I'm going to add the universal one, right? So let's clear. Let's add the universal. So I want all of them to be alignment, the same alignment. All of them to be the FPID. And then, because I want all of them to have one pay item, I can do that. For some reason, if this one you have multiple pay items, you can do the same mentality I did for signals and ITS. So I'm going to paste this here. And then, oh, I should have got the right numbers. Let's get the right numbers also from here. Okay, so what pay item do they have here? They have this one. So I'm gonna copy this one and I'm gonna put it in my file. Click on enter. And for this one, because it's 24 white, let's copy it. As you see, also DOT, they have a lot of other stuff. They have the description, measure of unit. They have a lot of things. So, and I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. You have been shown what you can do. You choose it wisely. You choose what works for you. Because we never know for how long DOT tools will be working, right? So knowing that there are actually another way, it's always beneficial. So let's just delete this from the file. Let's deattach it. Okay, so now let's check hours before we run a takeoff manager. So this one, we have the number, alignment, FPID. Number, alignment, FPID. Number, oh, I didn't have number for this, which is, forgot to add, which is the same one, right? One trick that I like to do when I used to do sign-in and payment marking is I isolate them by type. For example, I isolate every 12 white and select all of them within the same file. Like literally, I highlight everything with one click and click, 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 add the items and be done with it. And also do the same. So isolate them by time is better. And also for signals, you guys can do the same. ITS can do the same. Isolate all conduits and do it in once. Isolate all pull boxes and do it the once. Isolate all the light poles that look each other and do the once. Okay, so now we're good. So now let's just try to run takeoff manager for sign-in and payment marking, right? So sign-in and payment marking. Compute. Let's do it. Let's see what we're gonna get. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. You see what DOT is doing? So pull boxes actually appear here. That's so interesting. I'm really curious. Let's go to this number and see if they explicitly say that here or not. Because they're supposed to tell you pay item where it's going to appear, right? So 635, of course, by the way, you're not going to have this problem if you have your sign-in and payment marking in its own separate file, right? It's just because for this example, I have pull boxes here too. But this is interesting to me. Why a 600 category appearing with sign-in and payment marking? Let's go there. Let's go to the website and see why. Okay, 6352. So let's see here. Okay, here what they say: pay item, appropriate signal, ITS, or lighting sheet. May be summarized in sign-in and payment marking for enhanced sign-in assembly. Here we go. Summary of general item. Summary boxes may be used for sidewalks report. Okay, here we go. That's why I appeared here. This is why I always say always to read this. So this is why this pay item here appeared here. So there are some application for it to be inside the design SP file. Okay, cool. I did not know that. Okay. So, as you see, we have them all here. We can also do the same thing. I'm just gonna do it with one of them, like, which one of that? Let's just don't save. Like I said, since this is already loaded, you can copy it and have multiple of them. You can also do the same thing for factor. So this one, I want it to be multiplied by 2 actually. So this is the lint is 52. Actually, let's make it a nice lint. Let's make it what? 30. So I'm gonna make this 30 and it's gonna multiply by 2. And this is the element ID. So let's run takeoff manager again. Sign in and payment marking. Okay, where's the number? We'll already see the 60 here, and I know, yep, that's the one. Here we go. See? It applied it to 16. It's the same element ID in the same stations. So, I hope you guys learned another way of doing it, because DOT still have its own way. So now, since I am an hour or so in this video, I'm gonna try maybe do the DOT way and show you guys. Okay, well, yeah, let's go through quick FDOT tools, even though these already has been covered. Eric already did a long webinar about them, so but I'm just gonna try to do one by like every one of them, just do it once, just so you can show you how it looks. So let's start with FDOT signs, because I wanted to do signs actually, because I didn't do it. I'm gonna show you actually another way of doing it without this too. So create a new assembly. Yes. Conventional, it's okay. Regulatory, okay. Just pick one of these. Size this one. Proposed. And then, as you know, the shebang is add the first panel and then confirm. And then the post. And then confirm the post. By the way, before I confirm the post, you see here, if I right click here and I click to an append, this is where you can actually add another pay item to this cell if you wanted, which is what I did in my own way. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna leave one here now. So conform post, select the alignment. So let's just place a panel and then place a post. Example, I want it to be here. And then finish assembly. Okay. So let's close this. Let's close this. Let's investigate here. So this one, let's see what's inside it. So as you see, we have the number. Of course, with all the description, with everything, and with labeling. So like I said, you can also come and use the labeler tool from them and label them. Or you can do it manually. It's up to you. This is where their tools sometimes might have the advantage. If it's working fine, if it's working good, if it doesn't have a problem, right? You can do all that. But as from my experience, their tools are good when they are good, but they are not good when they are really not good. So let's run this. I want to show you how it's gonna look. So takeoff manager. Let's go to sign in and payment marking. Let's do compute. Here we go. So as you know, it spit this for me because I have the FPID number, but theirs, because I do not have FPID number, it spit it in a different file. Well, I can show you how to merge it. You know, you can add, hold on, let's close this. There are multiple ways of doing this. You can just select the same one and go to add, clear all, just add the FPID box. Because for some reason, their tool does not do that. And if you want to be extra neaty like me, you can do that. So now if I clicked on that, now it's going to add it to it. And now let's do takeoff manager. Now it's going to spit one Excel for us. Ta-da, you see it here? It came in the same Excel. So somebody will ask me, well, what if I wanted to do your ways for signals? Well, I will show you how. First of all, let's strip this. Let's strip it. Let's take everything from it. So I'm gonna deattach. Well, before I do that, let me just No, I want to copy the number so I don't miss it. Just gonna copy it. Okay, so detach all. Let's take everything from this cell. As you see now, the cell is empty. See that? Doesn't have anything. So you can have multiples of them. And somebody will say, where are we going to get the panel? Well, duh, you get the panels from here, from the cell library. Because they are actually existing here. I've seen them here. Where's the MUTCD or the science? Where's science? Here you go. You can get them from here, from the MUTCD. Let's get some. Oh, M-Track. Huh, that's funny. They have M-Track here. So we can have an M-Track here. But again, then you have to rotate it and do all that. So it's up to you. I'm just doing this just to show you that there are options. There are options, my friends. So now we have that. So this one, because the pay item are going to be coded in a post and not in a sign. The sign are just there for visual representation in a plan. So I'm just going to select all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's go add our normal. We're going to add alignment, FPID, and book number 1. So alignment, select alignment, FPID, and book number 1, we're going to add this. And also, by the way, FDOT can do that. So, but for the factor, I'm just going to make, for example, this one, I want it to be 10. So now we're supposed to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it's going to be, then it's going to, one of them is going to be 10. So it's going to be what, 15? Yeah, I told you, I'm bad at math. Okay, sign and payment marking, let's compute. Oopsie, 14, I over-ended, but yeah, well, this one is 10, yeah, because it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5 one is gonna be 10 instead of just 1. So yeah. Okay, do not save, close. Okay, so now we tried this, and like I said, they are a long, wonderful training by Mr. Eric. He went through all this and showing how you can actually do it. And Duty spend a lot of times to make it easier for you to work with. It's gonna rotate it per the alignment and direction and all that. But like I said, this video is beyond FDOT. I just want to show you that there are other ways. So now let's just go with payment and marking, which is also Eric, our wonderful digital champion, our leader of all champions. So we can do this. And as you know, I mean, he already went through the whole thing, and it's going to be the same thing. And place draw and draw them. And when they're going to come, they're going to look, they're going to appear like I showed you earlier for the signals, or when I brought my cheating file. That's how they're gonna look like. Also, traffic design actually, if I clicked on this one, here you can bring all the pool boxes, the junction boxes, the pre-stressed concrete pool, the CCTV, strain pole, mast arm, which is, by the way, mast arm you can bring from the cell and put it and then add the books to it. Or do it here, it's gonna already be preloaded to you. And also the signal design, which is good actually. Really, I like Signal. I like how they made it, because Signal, look how easy it is. For example, I wanted a conduit. You select an alignment, and then let's see, open trench. And for the lint, if I did on pinned, quantity factor, let's just do 2, and then place an item. So now let's just see what we have here. So here we have, as you see, the quantity factor is 2, which is the same thing as I did. It's gonna really get the line and multiply it by 2. And we have one FBI, one item. But if we wanted to add other items to the same line, this tool also allows you to do that. You can go to Edit Signal and then select it. And then here, Items, right click here, Append Items. You can add another one. See, I added another one. Again, Append Items. You can also add another cable. See, now we have 3 of them. But the limitation of this, the factor is actually going to apply to all of them. So let me show you what I mean. All right. Oh, nope. I don't want to save. Nope. Oh, no. Okay. I don't want to do that then. Okay. Let's close. Oh, don't freeze. Don't freeze. You see, this is one of the problems. This is one of the problems of using FDOT tools. It's going to freeze on me. Hopefully, it's not going to crash. Okay. Other problem. Okay. 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 Close. Okay. So let's see if we actually applied the solution that we added. Okay, I do not see the items. Okay, it did not add them. Cool. But from my understanding, when you use this tool, again, Eric explained that, and DOT also explained that. So now we have 3 pay items. I think they are already there. Let's go. Let's check. Yes, here we go. Item 1 and item 2. Can I change the quantity factor? You see, I can't from here. It's set up to be 1. So what if I wanted to change, like what I'm saying, I want this item to have 1.2, this item wanted to have 1.5, and this one would have to be 3 for the fiber optic cable. Again, I have to go back, edit signal, and I don't know if it's gonna do it or not. So if I clicked on append, it's just gonna let me add it. But if I went here, and I clicked on append extra, okay, append extra, okay, I guess I have to do it like this. So it's gonna apply this to this one, and it's gonna apply, for example, the quantity factor 3, and this one I want it to be 1.2, and then close. Oh, it did not like 1.2, did it? It did not. Okay. It did not. Okay. Can it did it at least like 0.5? Nope, it did not. It have to be a whole number. Okay, close. Well, again, you can use the UT tool, watch their videos, do their document, and they explain all that there. The whole thing, the whole meaning of this lesson is, I want you guys to know that there are other ways, and I also want everyone to understand how Quantities works in Open Roads Designer, how Takeoff Manager is working. These tools are just bringing the cells, the lines, preloaded with these books, but you can actually add the books by yourself. And just make sure your lines, your cells have a proper geometry. And run the Takeoff Manager, it will give that to you. For more information, if you want to learn DOT way and how DOT does it, I'm still gonna show you where to get it. Just go to their website here. They talked a little bit here about it, and then also if we went back to Open Road Designer to traffic plans, here they talk more about these tools and how to use them. So they kind of mixing, this is how you use them, how to design while doing the quantities, because they are kind of trying to make it a one bus stop or one store stop. They want you to use their tools so you can design and quantify in the same times. But from my experience, problems always happen. So when you have this knowledge, use it when you need it. And with that, we are good to go. I'm almost 1.5 hours. Okay, so in case this was either your design SG file, signal file, design ITS file, design lighting file, design sign-in and payment marking file, which you do as follow. Close, save. Still freezing on me. Okay, and then your next step is you open your location. I'm not gonna do that, of course, because I just destroyed this file. So you go back to your signalization and your project wise, and whoop, you drag it. So I'm gonna drag it, but don't worry, I'm not gonna save it. So if I dragged it, click on no advance, do okay, and you see now, because it realizes it's already there, you usually create a new version of an existing document and click OK. I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to write the work of other people. So cancel. And then after that, you go to your calculations. Of course, this is one of the trials, delete it. You're gonna get all your calculations that you got, and you go to your calculation folders and drag them. The same mentality. And of course, you can also bring back symbology if you don't have it already. And yeah, and that's it. That's it. I hope it helps someone out there. Thank you so much. It was my pleasure. Please have yourself a wonderful day.